In the case where a gentleman walked away with a $43,000 note, that wasn't in the closing statement. So those types of things are really, really exciting. You've got me and my team on your team. How awesome is that? Well, Real Estate Wealth Network is, of course, where you access all the data feeds. That's the realestatewealthnetwork.com. It's where the community comes together. It's where you access the iFlip CRM, which is your workflow tool. It's where you access our skip trace tools, our custom comps tool, our membership, mentorship members only access is available there. And our members only Dealmaker webinars with me happen there as well. And by the way, all of this is made in America. We aren't, outsourcing. Our client support is right here, local in the USA. Our programming right here, local in the USA. And that isn't some new thing that we're doing now because it's trendy. It's the way it's always been since I started this business in 1994. So here's a spreadsheet for you to look at. This is just a sampling of some recent deals. And what you've got is the client's name on the left, where the property is located that we funded. And by the way, it's very often that the property is in another city or state because many of our clients, and I presume you will be one of them who also is investing virtually, meaning remotely. So you're going to hear us talk long and hard about growing your market well beyond your backyard. Why not be working in other states? What are the reasons to compel you to do that? How do you do that? How do you overcome the challenges that come along with that? We're going to cover that in detail. And in particular, we're going to talk about the biggest challenge that it was the hardest challenge for me to overcome to invest in other markets. So then there's the amount we funded in the third column, and on the right is the profit, which, in this particular sampling, I don't know what the average is there, but it's, I don't know, maybe 18, 19,000, something like that, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. It's all over the board. That's just a random sampling. And speaking of a random sampling, often when I fund a deal for a client, I'll invite them to jump on a Zoom call with me and talk about it a little bit. So check this out.
Thank you guys enough for everything. I'm looking forward to the next deal. Again, like I said, I've come across many programs in the past, and the majority of them actually never are able to deliver on what the promise has been. And in this case, it was a pleasant surprise to be able to follow it through from start to finish and also get a nice big check for almost $15,000. So no complaints.
Nice going. I love hearing that. And by the way, just for the record, the numbers as I have them is we funded $10,745, so a very inexpensive house, and you made about $14,855. Is that close to
That's
dead
correct,
on?
yes.
I've got some notes here about a deal that we funded for you recently. I'm sure you're excited. It looks like you made a nice profit on it. We funded $72,673. What'd you end up making on the deal, Mike?
Well, I actually end up making more than what was finally noted by Julia. So I end up making about $55,000.
Yeah. What I have here is 10,000.
Yes, so that's the caveat, right? So
wow, this is gonna be an interesting story. I have no clue about this. Please do tell.
Yes.
Wow, good for you.
Yes.
So you walked away with 10 in cash and another
43 roughly.
$43,000 note on the property.
On the property.
And I was hoping I'd get you to tell me a little bit about that. I see we funded $81,854.
That is correct. Yes, sir.
So how'd you do on the deal? What was your profit on that?
Well, I can either confirm or deny that information. No, we made a pretty good spread. It was my first time doing a JV, which was interesting. As you know, this process was really interesting.
And we are out of everything after all the fees and wiring expenses and stuff like that. We made about 12 grand.
So it's hard for me not to get emotional. Seriously, because hold on, I'm sorry, give me 1 second.
I understand. It's a lot of money. You did pretty darn well, man.
I mean, and it's life change.
Yeah.
So you just never know what position somebody's in and everything. So I literally got it under contract on February 23rd. 6 hours later, I had my end buyer.
No way, really. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's a hot market.
Yeah.
And when you bring a good deal to hungry buyers, they pounce on it.
Mhm.
So you did everything right, man. You really did. And I'm seeing looks like the place was in Monroe, North Carolina, which I'm
Exactly.
familiar with. And we funded $172,496 and you made 36,300 some.
Yeah, and that's another great thing. Like with this program, I literally have the ability to create my own lottery.
Likewise. Likewise.
Wow.
Where are you located?
I'm in Anaheim.
Anaheim. And the deal you did was in Louisiana.
Say it again.
It looks like the deal that we funded for you was in Louisiana.
That is correct. Yes, I do the nationwide Facebook ads, and so I just happened to find that deal through there.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. The deals that I've funded through your program have been, none of them have been in California. They've all been out of state.
And this most recent one was the fourth one we've done for you, right?
Correct. Correct. Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. Looks like you made about $9,600 on it.
Correct. Correct.
Nice, nice. Clearly, this was not a low-priced house. I mean, we funded 324,000, so this is a fairly expensive place.
Yes. It's all about the data. If you have the tools and the knowledge to know exactly how to come up with the comps and come up with what the property is actually going for in the market area, it's a win-win every time.
You got that right. Yeah, I just love doing those calls. It's so exciting. And every now and then the client gets a little emotional. And every now and then I get really surprised by how much the client made relative to what we thought. You know, because the closing statements reflect the money that changed hands at closing. But in the case where the gentleman walked away with a $43,000 note, well, that wasn't in the closing statement. So those types of things are really, really exciting.